The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and it is Sunday, and you know what that means. It's time for weekly purchases, that time of the week where we investigate what came through the door via UPS, DHL, United States Postal Service, Amazon, FedEx, and of course that old outlaw, that cagey outlaw, that old outlaw Waylon Jennings, and we wrap it into a ball. We talk about it all here on Weekly Purchases, and quite the busy week this week on the Weekly Purchases front. I traveled. I was in Minnesota for 4.5 days this week, hitting the roads, going to a lot of stores during the day for work, and then at night, hitting Targets, hitting Walmarts, hitting the finest of pizzerias, and I was doing that all over the place. So I was all over the Twin Cities, all the way around Rochester, Owatonna, Albert Lea, Austin, you name it. Austin, Massachusetts. Who knows? But I was all over Minnesota this week, and I found a lot of stuff. Make sure you check out the figure hunt video to see all that travels. And it was such a big week. We have 2 figure hunt videos this week. That's how crazy it was up in Minnesota. Next week, I will be in Wisconsin and Illinois, so you never know where you might find me. I'll be in Dallas, Texas in a few weeks, Kansas City, Nebraska. I'm all over the place. All over the place. I'm a traveling man. That's exactly what I am. But we have a lot going on here on the channel, and I got 2 days being home. I got to get down to some work here, and that's what we're going to do here in Weekly Purchases. But of course, we always start Weekly Purchases off with a little bit of housekeeping. Housekeeping this week, it is a new month. It is February, and February brings a new Patreon giveaway. John Cena Top Picks. This is going to be the giveaway for the Patreon members. Check out the old Patreon channel if you are so inclined. You want to support the channel. Get early access to videos like this. You get everything early access, really. You also get bonus videos, exclusive content for only Patreon members. And of course, it is truly the best way to support the channel at the end of the day. So there you go. But then, of course, this week we had a lot of videos. What's new? We have a ton of videos every single week here on the channel. We unboxed all of Elite 101. We still have to do the chase and the Mr. America chase, I guess it would be, and ranking of the set. We will have that up this weekend on the channel, so look for that one, depending when you're watching this. So all of Elite 101 on the channel this week. Cena, John Cena that is, and Kevin Nash, Ruthless Aggression Series 3, the Walmart exclusives. We unboxed those on the channel this week. Very, very cool. Check those videos out. We unboxed some Action Force. Of course, Valiverse Action Force, a spiritual sister line to the G.I. Joe Classified line in many ways. We unboxed Pandora. Don't mess with her and her Glasgow smile. And then we unboxed Steel Brigade. I got about 9 or 10 other Action Force videos up on Patreon, so check those out if you are a Patreon member. Our Tuesday Jack's Classic Superstars video, every single Tuesday on the channel. Of course, we're counting down, talking all things Jack's Classic Superstars. We go set by set on some of these unboxings. Check out that video. We also did a top 5 this week, and we got the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, the manager with the most figures of all time. Old Jimmy Hart gets his flowers this week on the channel as we do count down my top 5 favorite Jimmy Hart figures of all time. We also did a little Mondo action. I did finally unbox Mondo She-Ra. That thing's been on Patreon for maybe 3 or 4 weeks now. I finally did put that on traditional YouTube, but the deluxe She-Ra Mondo figure, very, very cool. Check that one out. I also did get an email this week that they are sending a replacement head for that one, so should have that fairly soon. We did my first ever Hot Toys unboxing. A lot of you guys are probably like me. You've heard Hot Toys your whole life. Never owned one. Well, good brother Tim Merritt, a Patreon member, sent me one as a little gift ski action, which I really, really did appreciate. But I got old Lando Calrissian. I got him all unboxed. Looking awesome, old Lando. Never looked better, really. Check out that one, especially if you've never seen a Hot Toys before. You can experience it for the first time with me here at the table. That's exactly what we did in that video. Marvel Legends War Machine from DJC Collectibles. Use DJC 8 off. You save 8%. Yeah, you got to save a deal. Got to get a deal out there. But I did get the newest Marvel Legends War Machine. Man, that one blew me away. I had no real expectations for that figure, but it was so much better than what they showed and what they talked about once you got it in hand. So definitely check out that War Machine figure. A little Star Wars this week. The Infinities, Darth Vader, the all-white Darth Vader, and Princess Leia. We unboxed both of those on the channel this week. We unboxed the retro-style Zombie Sailor Toys Danhausen figure this week on the channel. A lot of people were looking forward to that one. A lot of people happy with their purchase. Some people not so happy as some of their tattoos are coming off, is what I've been hearing. But luckily mine, at this point, I have no issues with it, but I'm not gonna, you know, rub on the tattoos or anything like that. But check out the Zombie Sailor Toys Danhausen retro figure. We'll talk more retros here, weekly purchases as well. And then I already mentioned it, the fig hunt. 2 fig hunts this week. It was a big week up there in Minnesota. A lot going on, a lot of clearance finds. Of course, Minneapolis area, Minnesota, the land of Targets. So a lot of people have a Walmart in every corner. There's Targets on every corner up there. So I really do enjoy that. I like Targets, the Target experience a little bit better than the Walmart experience. Let's put it that way. So check out some figure hunt action this week here on the channel. But we got a couple of rounds of weekly purchases. We might as well get into it. Let's start it off. And let's start it off with Elite 101 Chase Edition, Mr. America. There it is. Gonna unbox this one. Of course, we'll rank all of Elite 101 from my least favorite to my favorite, but always cool to get the Chase one. Got the old Hulkster, or I should say Mr. America, through the door this week. Then I got a little Entertainment Earth action this week. Of course, use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10% on all in-stock items. Anything over $39 does ship free. A lot of you guys are getting some sweet deals, myself included, over there at Entertainment Earth, as I did get my King Hiss unpunched one. Of course, we unboxed one on the channel. Now I got my unpunched version. So I do have old King Hiss, got that at Entertainment Earth. And then I finally pulled the trigger. You guys have seen in the figure hunts, I'm like going back and forth. What am I going to do? What am I going to get? What am I going to get? Well, I got to get a deal. I knew that. So I went to Entertainment Earth, picked me up a little A-Tay. That's what my Spanish friends call him. But E.T. coming in hot. I did get the Ultimate Edition of E.T. And like I said, Entertainment Earth in stock. Ships free. Get 10% off. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. So I did get that one. And then a little bit more from Entertainment Earth. I did get Ayala Sakura. You guys know I love a good Jedi. So we get one from the old Clone Wars time frame there. So I did pick this one up. Of course, once you bundle all the stuff, you get the free shipping. You can't miss that one. Target, you guys saw me pick this one. For $8, I said I'm pulling the trigger. Of course, you guys know I love the Transformers movie back in the day, the old studio series. Got a little Rumble. Oh, loved me some Rumble, man. Just thought he was the biggest giant around, but Rumble coming into my collection. Gotta love that. We also got a little Gangrel. Yes, Gangrel. We got the retro-style Cella figure of Gangrel. So we did get that. I kind of forgot all about that thing. Then when I got home from my trip, it was sitting there in a box. I said, oh yeah, I forgot all about this guy. So Gangrel coming in hot. Love the blood on this one. Love the packaging on these, as you guys do know. But it looks really good to get Gangrel through the door. Then, like a lot of people, of course, I had to wait till I got back. I missed this one. It didn't come before I left town, but I did, of course, get my brand new Mattel Creations exclusive retros. I got a little tugboat looking only like a tugboat can look. So we got tugboat there. Got Greg the Hammer Valentine. We'll talk about this one in the review as well. So we got Greg Valentine through the door. We've got Doink the Clown. It's all coming up Doink lately with Mattel Creations, as we do know. So we do get the Doink Clown retro. And we got the man, the myth, the legend, the Lex Luger. He's getting ready to slam Yokozuna. He loves America. We got Lex Luger here from that new retro wave. And then, as you guys do know, I had to get 2 sets because I got to get one to open. So I got a little tugboat there. I got old Doink the Clown. There he is. Got Lex Luger. And I just knocked old Greg Valentine off the shelf. So just play with me. I did get Greg Valentine to unbox as well. So I did get that one. And then, of course, you got the nice little shipping box they come in. Very, very cool set here. To be interested to see how these guys are once we get them. As I'm knocking stuff over left and right. What are we doing, Kyle? But very nice once we get these guys out of the package. So look forward to that video very soon if you're a Patreon member, and sometime this week probably for traditional YouTube. So there's round 1 of weekly purchases. Let me clean this up a little bit. We'll be back with round number 2. All right, round 2 of weekly purchases, and round 2 starts off with a clearance event of a lifetime. Well, maybe not, but of course, a lot of Targets, a lot of Walmarts, a lot of stuff going to clearance right now. So some of you long gamers, there's a few things out there you can maybe do some damage on. I'm included on that. I did pick up some stuff if you saw my figure hunt video. Of course, I can't pass up $11 Cobra bats, so I picked up quite a few this week. There is a lot of these out at the Targets right now. Your mileage may vary. Of course, I posted these on Instagram. People are saying they're not in my store, not in my store. Well, it takes a while. Not every store flips at the same time. You just got to be a little patient. But I would assume if you got a lot in your stores, the next week going to be a good time for clearance on some G.I. Joe Classified. So I did pick up 1 bat. Picked up 2 bats. I feel like it's counting with Kyle. 3 bats. Had to pick up the bats this week. You guys know how it is. 4 bats. So I got 4, and I think I already had 2 or 3. So I think I got enough, unless they go below $11, and I might pick up a couple of more. We'll see if that does happen. I did pick up M'Baku. And this was, of course, the Build-A-Figure back in the day. I did not buy the re-release, but for $7.49, I said, you know what, I'll pick it up. Not sure why exactly. I think the old one's just good enough, but maybe we'll do an unboxing. Maybe we'll compare the two. I don't know if there's any interest in that at all, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But there's that. And then I did have to get $7.49 once again. Everett Ross, we always need guys in suits. You never know what you might use these for. There's tons of Marvel Legend characters that come with extra heads. Perfect opportunity to slap them on a body. Maybe some G.I. Joe guys, maybe the Crimson Twins, who knows. We'll see, but $7.49, I said, you know what? Makes all the sense in the world to me. And then the hits keep on coming in the clearance aisle as I had to pick up these guys. $15.89. It is Ned and Peter Parker Marvel Legends. That is a heck of a deal, $15.89. My thought is maybe long game one of these. We'll see what happens. Maybe give one away on the Patreon channel. But then another one to use as members of the crowd of a wrestling arena. So that's a little extra use you can get out of these guys if you want to be a little bit creative, because they just look like two teenagers that would be at a wrestling event. So that does work. $15.89, only store I saw those at. There was one store up deep in Waylon Jennings country is where I found those ones. So I was very happy to find those. I did get a little special package, a little special gift ski action from old Hank down there in Kansas City. You guys remember Hank was selling those Macho Man robes. Check him out. Check that video out a couple of weekly purchases ago. But he'd also made a Macho Man bandana to go along with that robe, and he sent me one of those free of charge. So I got to shout out Hank there on that. Hit him up, of course, if you're looking for some of that kind of stuff. He does quite the job, especially that Macho Man robe was absolutely fantastic. So we did get that. But the hits keep on coming, and I ended up getting these two for free for whatever reason. So I did get these two, and then I canceled it. But I canceled before I got them, but then they still came. So I'm not sure exactly what happened with Target there, but I got two more Python Patrol officers from the mail. Not exactly sure what happened there, but I did get two more because I did realize way later on, oh, I ordered two, I already got my two. I don't need two more. So I canceled it, and then they came the next day. So not sure exactly. Gonna have to investigate that one a little bit more. So more G.I. Joe Classified. The army building continues, I guess, in more ways than one. I also took advantage, like a lot of people did, of the old starting lineup. Starting lineups on Hasbro Pulse dropped down to $29.99. We talked about that last week in the Toy News video of the week. And I thought that was pretty much because they did drop the NFT. There was no NFT, so it dropped the price point down. $30, I said, I'm going to buy one figure. I'm going to take a chance. But you guys know, I don't know any of the NBA players anymore. My days of the NBA have long since been forgotten. I'm the 80s guy, the 90s guy of the NBA. Don't really enjoy or watch NBA at all anymore. Most of the players there, I never even heard of. That's just the sad truth, the sad truth. But I did pick up LeBron James, and I figured to myself, well, I know LeBron. I've heard of LeBron. I can pick him up. I can talk about LeBron a little bit. But after that, you know, if I want to flip this or sell it, I'm sure I could get my $29.99 back or $20 or something like that out of LeBron. But I just had enough interest, being a long-time starting lineup guy, to see what all the fuss was about. I had to see what was going on here, and that's the way I went. So I did get LeBron James through the door. Very interesting packaging. Very interested to see what all the fuss is about with these. So stay tuned to that video. Eventually coming sooner rather than later, I would imagine. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Stop the clock, a wise man once said, and that's exactly what we're going to do here in Weekly Purchases. Is as I finished up Weekly Purchases, there was a knock at the door, and it wasn't FedEx, no surprise, but it was UPS, and I did get a few more things through the door this week. And what did I get? Well, how about a little Action Force? Continuing on, I got the old Steel Brigade Night Ops Edition, the Big Bad Toy Store exclusive. I got this off the Valiverse website. Very, very cool. All murdered out there, looking really nice. Like I said, I got a lot of Action Force videos up on the Patreon. Slowly getting to them on YouTube when the time permits. But check those out if you're into those kind of thing. Had to get this one. We opened up Pandora's box earlier this week. Oh yeah, we opened up her box after all, and we might do this one again, but unfortunately her box a little bit bloody this time around, as Pandora's box, it's the Bloody Variant Edition. So quite the figure here, quite the package here. Not sure if I'm going to unbox this one or not. Not a big fan of the bloody out of the package. I'm going to leave it in the package, I think is the way I'm going to go with this one. But a very, very cool idea here from the Valiverse crew. Like what I'm seeing with this one. So the Bloody Variant Edition through the door, and I could not pass this one up at all. It is the 1 of 500 edition Sergeant Slammer. Some of them know him as, of course, Sergeant Slaughter, the good old Sarge. Looking very, very good there, though, after all, Sergeant Slaughter. Looking only like a Sergeant Slaughter could look if he was in the action force once again. Had to get this one. I will leave this in the package because it's the same figure, but it does look really cool in the throwback style packaging. So you can get that one through the door this week, and it continues. The Valiverse action continues. We got Eclipse, a total Eclipse of the Heart, one might say, but it is Series 3 is basically the all-female edition, and we did get the Eclipse here. Maybe pair her up with Dusty in the Joe ranks. Who knows? Quite the possibility. And then finally we got Kill Switch, and we're not talking Kill Switch Engage. Not a big Kill Switch Engage guy. I've seen him in concert a few times. We're talking about Kill Switch from the Action Force. Looking pretty cool right here. There's a little Kill Switch. And the beat goes on as my daughter and I had to run to Target tonight as well. You know, so I got my package, opened it up. Then we had to go to Target. We had to take some stuff back. We had to get some groceries. Oh, it was just a great time. But I did find some more clearance, and I finally found a Cobra Viper Python Patrol for $11.49. I said, you know what? I'm pulling the trigger. I'm going to get another one. I have no idea. I didn't know I was this big of a... I like the Python Patrol. I just wasn't aware I was that big of a fan. But apparently I'm a massive fan the way I'm army building these this week. But we got the Viper right there looking really good. And then I pulled this one out for a little custom edition here. Blue Marvel, $11.49. Would have really liked to seen the $7 price point some of you guys have been seeing out there. Who knows? There's still time. Maybe I will. But I had to pick this up for a custom idea, so stay tuned for that. Maybe we'll do a little G.I. Joe custom. Maybe we'll do something like that, or who knows what we could be doing. I guess stay tuned to the channel. And then I got these through the mail. I thought I canceled my order. Apparently I did not. But it is the Multiple Man. He is multiplying before your very eyes here at the table. I thought I canceled these. I guess not. I do kind of want 3 of these, but it's just not such an iconic Multiple Man. As we talked about in the unboxing of these on the channel, check that one out. Not quite as iconic as the prior edition. I think that's fair in pretty much everybody's state of mind. So there it is. We stopped the clock. Now back to weekly purchases. And then via the old Major Wrestling Figure podcast group, a little Major Bendy action. How about a little Chase Gangrel? Looking really good. Of course, you can pick these up at majorpodmerch.com, majorpod.com, majorwfpod.com. Let me spit it out the right way. Of course, the regular version of Gangrel through the door. How about Chelsea Green? Oh, of course, WWE superstar nowadays. A lot's changed in a week, but we do get Chelsea Green here. And the hits keep on coming. We got Effie, GCW's own Effie. Look at that. And finally, boom, boom, boom. Funny don't equal money. Colt Cabana right there. There's old Colt Cabana. A guy that we see around my neck of the woods quite often over the last 20 years or whatever it's been there. So very, very cool. Got these. We'll unbox these on the channel. Not a lot to talk about. Of course, they are bendy, so there's not tons of articulation in the traditional sense, but there's enough to talk about here. We will do a video on these major bendies. We did one on the Conrad Jeff Jarrett back in the day. We'll do this one as well, so stay tuned for that video as well on the channel. So there it is. There's another round. We got another round of weekly purchases coming at you next. All right, we finish up weekly purchases here with a little Todd McFarlane action. If you guys saw my figure hunts this week, there was a lot of McFarlane stuff being picked up. It was just one of those weeks, I guess, out there. But some interesting pickups via the store and, once again, via Entertainment Earth. Use discount code Kyle, like I always say. Save yourself 10%. And let's dive in, and this is what I did. I did pick him up on Entertainment Earth. It is John Constantine. Kind of get the Dark Justice League going on. I said, you know, I got Swamp Thing. I got Dead Man, or I need to get Dead Man, I should say. I got some of the other guys there, the Demon. I could build that team pretty easily. I just need Constantine, so I did pick him up. Of course, cheaper than retail with the Entertainment Earth free shipping and the code. So I got him through the door this week. And then another one I got via Entertainment Earth as well is Mongol. You guys saw 2 weeks ago, I saw him in the wild for the first time. And I said, oh, I need this. But then I picked up my Entertainment Earth browser on my phone. I took a look and I said, geez, I can save $5 via Entertainment Earth over Walmart. You know what? We got to get a deal. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So I got old Mongol through the door this week. And then the hits keep on coming. You saw me arguing with myself in the video, but I did pull the trigger. We did get the Solomon Grundy Build-A-Figure wave. I really wanted that Solomon Grundy. I just didn't really want the rest of the figures, but we'll see what all the fuss is about one of these days, sooner rather than later. We got the Penguin looking pretty good. Arkham Asylum, Arkham City. I think it was Arkham Asylum. What was the PS2 game? Was it Arkham City or Arkham Asylum? And that was like the last video game I ever really did play. So it's been quite some time. But we do got the Penguin here. Of course, you can't have a Batman wave without a Batman. So we do get Batman through the door this week. And then it keeps on going. Ra's al Ghul, Ra's al Ghul, well, whatever you want to call him, but we did get him in this Solomon Grundy wave as well. And then, of course, Catwoman. Probably my least favorite one of the set is I really don't think of Catwoman in this look, but it is what it is. So we got the Solomon Grundy wave through the door this week. And then the hunt for exclusives was really good for me up in Minnesota, as I did get the Target exclusive Shazam figure. I'm a big Shazam fan, and when I say big, I saw the movie 2 times, so there you go. I saw it twice. I saw it once on, like, not the theater, but HBO or something like that. And then I saw it once on like TBS or something. So not many movies I've seen twice, so I guess I must like it enough to sit through it twice. But I did enjoy the Shazam movie. We'll see how the second one is. But we got the new figure here. This should be a fun one to unbox on the channel. And then another one, a Walmart exclusive, starting to pop up out there. It is the Eradicator. He's eradicating things, I guess is what he is doing. But it reminds me of the death of Superman. Not exactly sure if that's what this represents totally, but it works in my head here from the old death of Superman time frame way back in the day, way back in my comic reading time. So there it is, quite the week of the weekly purchases here. From the road this week, picking up a lot of stuff and a lot of clearance stuff. Got to get a deal, as I always do say. We'll see what the next week brings. Once again, I'm on the road traveling again this week. You never know what I might come across. Not a whole lot I'm looking for on the store pegs, but you just never know what you're going to run across out there on the wild hunt. So just stay tuned, I guess, to next week's weekly purchases to find out what we ended up finding out there on the hunt. So there it is. There's another episode of Weekly Purchases in the can. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you do thumbs up this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell. As you guys know, we got videos every single day, and when I say that, yeah, 3 videos a day most days out there as of late. We'll see if we can keep that up, especially with all my travels, but we'll try our hardest over here. Hardest working man on YouTube. You guys know I'm like a young James Brown. Somebody get my cape from that Lando review. We'll put that one on. Don't forget about the Patreon. John Cena's the giveaway for February. Of course, exclusive content, bonus content, Q&As, you name it, a lot going on over at the Patreon. It truly is the best way to support the channel. You can also support the channel over at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson, and don't forget to hit me up and follow along on social media. SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So for another week of weekly purchases, I'm Kyle, and I'm rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling my way into another work week.